Hello. Welcome, family. Welcome back to another episode of Sunday 7. We're being consistent. Was posting on time today. Hopefully, I'll post before 12. But let's get right into it. Today's topic will be very simple. It will be the topic of you can be replaced. So let's get excited. What am I going to talk about? Our scripture reading will be taken from Matthew 25, verse 14 to 30. And I will read for our benefit. Again, the kingdom of heaven can be illustrated by the story of a man going on a long trip. He called together his servants and entrusted his money to them whilst he was gone. He gave them 5 bags of silver, to one, 2 bags, to another, 1 bag of silver, to the last, dividing it in proportion to their abilities. He left on his trip. The servant who received 5 bags of silver began to invest the money and earned 5 more. The servant with 2 bags of silver also went to work and earned 2 more. But the servant who received the 1 bag of silver dug a hole in the ground and hid the master's money. After a long time, their master returned from his trip and called them to give an account of how they had used his money. The servant to whom he had entrusted the 5 bags of silver came forward with 5 more and said, "Master, you gave me 5 bags of silver to invest, and I have earned 5 more." The master was full of praise. "Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together." The servant who received 2 bags of silver came forward and said, "Master, you gave me 2 bags of silver to invest, and I have earned 2 more." The master said, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together." Then the servant with 1 bag of silver came and said, "Master, I knew you were a harsh man, harvesting crops you didn't plant and gathering crops you did not cultivate. I was afraid to lose your money, so I hid it in the earth. Look, here's your money back." But the master replied, "You wicked and lazy servant, if you knew I harvested crops I didn't plant and gathered crops I did not cultivate, why did you not deposit my money in the bank? At least I could have gotten some interest on it." Then he ordered, "Take the money from this servant and give it to the one with 10 bags of silver. To those who use well what they are given, even more will be given, and they will have an abundance. But from those who do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away. Now throw away this useless servant into outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth." May the Lord bless his reading. There are 5 things I can think of. There are 5 things that I can think of to talk about on this topic. Now, the first thing is the general. Everybody came to this earth for a reason. Everybody has got a talent that is hidden inside them. Last week we were talking about choosing yourself. This week we're going a step further and thinking about, okay, so after I choose myself, what happens? What is this thing that has been hidden inside of me? Last week, Jesus was hidden inside of Mary without her consent, with a little bit of her consent, but she had been chosen anyway. So the fact that she was chosen wasn't up to her. And in the same way, all of us have been chosen, and there's something hidden within each and every one of us that we did not ask for, but that we're blessed with anyway. And that the responsibility to bring it out is on us and on us alone. So now that you know that you're chosen, what do you do? What is the first step? What is inside you? Now, as we see in the parable of the talents, we know that the Lord blessed each and every person with some talents within them. He gave everybody abilities before he left. Now, one essential thing to realize is that talents come in different shapes and forms. Not everybody will be given in the same measure. So some were given 5, some were given 2, one was given 1. And the Lord trusted everybody with them and left them. So it was an investment. This placing of talents within a person was not just coincidental, but it was intentional. It was an investment. God was investing talent in them. It means that whatever God was giving to each of these men, he could have given to anybody, but he chose these men specifically because he knew that they have the capacity to bring a return on it. So it was an investment. You don't invest foolishly. You don't invest where you see that there will be no returns. You invest where there's potential for profit. And that is exactly what the Lord did. He left each and every one of us with a talent. Now, what we do with our talents is up to us. Are we going to make the Lord proud, or are we going to disappoint him? That's point number 1. You have a talent. What are you doing with it? Number 2, talents come in different measures. Now, once you have been given your talents, it is not for you to look at who's next to you. It is not for you to look at, like, let's imagine if the guy with 2 talents had been looking at the guy with 5 talents and thinking, well, God gave that guy more talents, so probably I'm not as important to God, and so I will not do anything with my talents. God gave everybody different measures of talents, but he was able to be useful with them. He did exactly what the one with 5 talents did with his 2 talents and doubled them, which is exactly what the one with 10 talents did. And then number 3, after you have been faithful with your talents, after you have identified them and you have made the investment worthwhile for the Lord, He will increase your portion. I love the part in the scriptures that actually says, to those who use well what they are given, even more will be given, and they will have an abundance. But from those who do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away. That is sad. Do you want to be the person who is left with nothing? Now, a lot of people are like number 4, people who hide their talents. What talents do you have that you're hiding? What things do you carry within you that are so crucial for this world? Maybe in your church you need a singer. Do you sing? Do you not sing at all because you feel like you can't do that in front of people? How many people are you robbing of the honor of receiving what's on the inside of you? I love the saying that says, the richest place on this planet is the graveyard. That is where the greatest hits are, the bestseller books are, the best houses are lying in the graves with their owners. So, what are you doing with the talent that you have been given? Number 5, if you do not utilize the talents you have been given, you will be replaced. Your talents will be taken and given to those that are faithful with the little that they're given. So it's all about faithfulness with the little. What little do you have? What can you manage with what you have? And what are you doing about it? Are you being useful with what you have, or you're being impossible and trying to procrastinate all the time? So think about it. Do not be caught hiding your gift. It is an insult to the person that has honored you with that thing. It's like being given a gold bracelet. Protecting and hiding are 2 different things. Don't mistake protecting gold, which is basically getting maybe a duplicate to move around with in public, but at the same time, still use your gold. Don't hide it at home and say, okay, I bought a 3,000 pound ring or necklace and I'll never ever wear it because it needs to be safe. So why did you waste your money? You should have kept your money if you knew that you were going to buy something that you would admire in your room at home. So it's very critical to differentiate between protection and hiding something. Okay, my time is up. I cannot talk anymore on this topic. But I hope what I've said has been helpful and that you'll be able to share it with someone. I know when we watch videos like this, something crosses your mind, somebody crosses your mind. And I just want to assure you, if you've reached this point in the video, I assure you that it was not a mistake that you pressed on this video, either for yourself, for your sister, for your brother, for your friend, for your followers, just anybody. If you feel like a leading in your spirit that you should post this, share this with more people, do that. If you know a specific person that's coming to mind, this is exactly who it's for. And God is trusting you with the chance to give it to them, for you to be the one to deliver the message. For they might not see my video, but you have. And so the message is being passed on. So I just want to encourage everybody to like this video, to share it, and to please subscribe to my channel so that at least you can get notifications as soon as I post. But without fail, I'll post every Sunday, and even if you do not become a subscriber, do watch every single Sunday, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Lots of love. Goodbye. Have a blessed week.